So, hello there, hello, hi, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing fine. Hello. So, it is time, oh, let me, there, we turn on the volume. Hey Eka, how you doing, how's your Friday going? I hope you're having a good one so far. It's time for the Konami broadcast. It is time for the Konami broadcast and right after the Square Enix broadcast. I have no idea what to expect from Konami, quite frankly. Was it Konami that had a mysterious question mark slot? Might not be able to stay for long because I'm planning to go back home from uni today. Hey! I thank you for dropping by, no matter for how long it is. But no, enjoy your time at home then. Have safe travels to you, my friend. Let's see if there will be anything interesting today anyway. Cause I'll be honest with you, Capcom was kind of a letdown yesterday after Fire Misotsune. They couldn't salvage it anymore after they showed me a Fire Misotsune in the first 5 minutes. New Castlevania game copium. I mean, do you even want Konami to make a new Castlevania game these days? Because don't forget, they made new Castlevania games, only that they were grindy phone games. So I'm not 100% certain if Konami making a new Castlevania game would be the best idea these days, in these trying times. I mean, Konami still has a lot of IPs that they hold on to. Please don't remind me of that. Alright, I will seal my lips again. I mean, technically they still have the Metal Gear IP, they kind of ran that into the ground with Survive. Then they have, what's it called again? Contra. I think they made a new Contra game a couple of years ago that was also shit. Which franchise did Konami not ruin yet? Like, what kind of franchise do they want to run into the ground next? Do they still have something that is not yet run into the ground? Guess there's only one way to find out. Oh. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to switch over to my BRB screen for 1 moment because I do need to do a couple of adjustments. And there we go again. Just had to get an extra page out for me just so I can check if there's something else that I need to look out for, but I think we should be doing fine. Oh, Konami. I mean, I'm more excited for Square Enix, but not too much either. Oh, mostly because Square Enix took one L after the other over the last 5 years. I can't even remember the last good game Square Enix made, so Konami and Square do have that in common in a sense. No, I think the last good game Konami made was probably Metal Gear Solid 5. So, what do you have for me, Konami? Do you have anything for me?
Everybody.
Oh.
Tokyo Game Show 2022 Business Day 2 was just finished. So we have a great excitement in SNS. And how are you enjoying this? This is today's MC, Ichomori.
How am I enjoying three guys sitting in front of a camera? Not too much yet. I would rather see some games, but let's see what you've got for us.
And then, I'm Oishi from Public Relations of Konami. Nice to see you.
Honestly, I'm quite frankly astounded that Konami still even shows up to an event like this, because Konami kind of burned every bridge it ever had in the video game industry.
So this is the first time in 3 years or 2 years, so this is the 3rd year. So do you have any specific memories of Tokyo Game Show? So even before getting into this industry, I was...
Not even Konami can remember the last time it showed up to a games event.
Some of my friends are costume players and they joined the Tokyo Game Show. So actually, I really enjoy costume playing and also...
Just show us your content. This is their content, Eka. This is all they have!
I can see the content.
This is the EA equivalent of showing us a sports car for 10 minutes, I think.
This reminds me of how
I think that's one of the things that I really appreciate about Nintendo Directs and Sony's State of Plays, that they are down to what it really is all about, game trailers. There's barely any fluff in between. There's just gameplay and game trailers. The things that we actually care about. Because never in my life have I seen anyone that cares about whatever kind of public figure a company puts in front of them just to talk about how they do everything to connect gamers and bring the gaming experience to you. But let's remember, yada yada, that stuff.
The Yu-Gi-Oh area of Konami.
Yu-Gi-Oh? Oh, right, Konami owns Yu-Gi-Oh, doesn't it? I kind of forgot about that in a sense. But yeah, that's the big IP, one of the three big players when it comes to collectible card games. The other being Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, of course.
And I'm so excited to see you here.
Are they actually going to show us something in regards to the physical card game, or are we going to talk about video games? Because I do know that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has gotten a couple of video games over the last couple of years. What the fuck?
This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Area.
Why do we care about the layout of your booth, Konami? If we cared about the layout of your booth, we would be at the convention center right now. If we're watching this, then we are definitely not there. I think for some reason the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Game is available everywhere except Thailand. Really? Interesting. My friend is really mad about it. Huh. I don't know if this is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game I keep seeing pop up on streams, but I don't watch them myself, but some streamers I follow occasionally play Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. I stopped caring about Yu-Gi-Oh! like over 15 years ago, so I can't really say that I'm there. I think that's the new one though. I don't think that's the one that I've seen other people play so far. Because I think the one that I saw was literally just cards, no 3D effects like that. It's mobile Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. I mean, card games do kind of make sense for mobile. You can easily navigate them with your fingers using the touchscreen, and they don't take all that much power to run. My big problem with card games is I love card games as a concept, like really. I love card games, but the problem is I don't buy into loot boxes these days anymore. I'm not going to waste hundreds and thousands of euros to maybe get some of the cards I need to actually stay competitive.
Console, you can enjoy.
I hate mobile games. Yeah, I think mobile games could have been good in theory, but let's be honest, most of them are just greedy cash grabs, like 99% of them. Which is a shame.
Master Duel can be experienced here. On site, the solo mode is a new.
I mean, quite frankly, this is a nice looking setup. I wish I had something like that at home. I wouldn't be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On it, but would be a nice gamer chair.
In this area, the global duelists will join here, so you can do the duel with them. So in this venue, you can see the large monitors and the decks.
I swear to God, Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists have the dumbest hairstyles.
Duelist.
And I don't know why, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Kickstarted a trend that whenever you are making an anime or manga about card games, they always have a dumb hairstyle like that. Every single protagonist of every card game anime always had a way too over-the-top hairstyle.
The Yu-Gi-Oh's strongest but royal.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Taught them, yes, you do need this kind of hair to be successful. Because it looks cool, let's agree to disagree there. See, she's definitely not a protagonist. Way too normal hair. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are kind of crazy anyway. They have so much text on them. Like, you can barely read the text on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card these days anymore, because they're trying to fit way too much text. Like, look at that! Look at how small that is! And that is in katakana! Could you imagine that in Western writing?
So in these Yu-Gi-Oh! areas, if you experience any of them, you can get the cards.
How can you tell if you are otherwise who is the main character? Yes, I forgot that the average Yu-Gi-Oh! fan seems to be very dumb. I would have thought that an average person would be able to figure that out, but maybe not a Yu-Gi-Oh! fan.
polka, it's shining. So for the secret pack,
Okay,
there are 5
Konami,
types.
you are at the Tokyo
Nashiko-san,
Games
could you
Show
withdraw one?
right
Can I?
now, yeah? And
Yes.
while I do
Let's
agree
go from
that
the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
middle.
Is a
So-
game in fact,
So
but it is kind of a
obviously
Tokyo
5 would be the
video
same,
game
but
show. I know,
nobody knows
it can be
which one is
confusing, they did not
which.
spell
We
that
don't
out for
know.
you, but it is
Of
supposed to be about video
course,
games,
you can
Konami.
guess, but it's just for a review.
They use all their
This
brain
one.
cells to remember every card,
can't
yes.
guess.
I mean,
It's shiny.
understandable, look at all the
Very
text on this
shiny, I
shitty
cannot
thing.
read the
I'm pretty
name of the
sure I've
card.
read books that had less
Sometimes
text on the one page.
So, if, so you can get this one.
I mean, that's a very shiny looking card,
you
I'll give it
experience
that.
a game
But I don't know,
booth.
ever since the
And also,
Digimon
lots of information
TCG
is here.
happened, I do have a
This one,
feeling that
yes.
most
So
of the
one of the
old card
information is
game
here.
designs look outdated to me,
Tomorrow,
because
December 17th,
Digimon kind of
Saturday, we're going to have
improved
the
upon the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
general
TGS
look of the
special
card
duo on
layout.
stage,
And
joined by
Magic the
Konami-san,
Gathering is
Sakurai
trying to
Kosan,
improve on that as
Mamoru
well,
Saito-san,
but
and
both
Otoki-san
Pokemon and
from
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yoshin.
Are sticking to their
So,
guns, they're
Nashiko-san, you are
still
good.
using
Looking
the
forward to
age-old
seeing that, right?
design where you have
All of
so
them
much
are
wasted
very strong,
space on
so
every
very
card.
difficult to make a guess who will
At this
win.
point it probably can
All
fit a
of them
short
are
story in the
winning
card.
duelists. As for
Ah yes,
Eniko-san,
I'm playing the
So,
Legend of
if you
Momotaro!
are junior colleague
I
or
can now
senior
collect
colleague,
the pheasant
as
card, the
Eniko-san has a
pig
long
card,
history
and the
of
dog card to
costume
go to
player and
Ogre
local
Island!
from Aichi Prefecture, so personally I loved her. So also,
I
you
don't
can,
think that you love her. I only think that you love the money you can make off
and
her.
also, if
Honestly,
you
it's kind of
make a
fitting that
correct guess
Konami
of the
still holds
winner,
on to the
you can get
Yu-Gi-Oh!
a
IP
paper
because
fan
it
autographed
is
by
kind of
Eniko-san.
physical
So this is
gambling,
the
let's be
SNS
honest. It
campaign.
is loot
So
boxes,
please take a
so
look
of
at
course
it.
Konami
It's
loves it.
Cross-Duel officially
You change
prepared for
anything if
more
it can already
information.
sell. Yeah,
And
yeah.
also,
I mean, that's Nintendo as
we
well,
have
let's be
a
honest.
newly created
Well, no,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nintendo is
Cross-Duel
more
video
like, I
clip,
don't
which
care
was
if it is
distributed
better, I
on site.
just
Please take a
care
look.
that it is new and quirky. That's the problem with Nintendo. They don't want to improve, they just want to make something new. It does not matter if the new thing is better or worse than the old one.
Cross 4 players.
I hate advertisements like that. No, at no point in my life have I seen a group of people, not just adults, people, no matter the age, to get together to play an online game like that. Like, that's not what happens, video game industry.
Cross spell cards.
Also, apparently this game is now actually played with 4 people. I don't know if people will enjoy that, because never in my life have I seen anyone enjoy the more than 2-player versions of any collectible card game.
Cross team.
Doesn't matter if it's Magic, doesn't matter if it is Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if Pokemon ever tried something like that, but no, at no point in history did anyone actually prefer these versions of the game over 1v1s. Nintendo probably the only company who knows how to do a social family game commercial. Do you think so? Because I think most of the Nintendo advertisements are cringy as fuck. Okay, what are you doing there? Like, I guess they died and went into the light towards heaven. Or no, since Konami is still there, that has to be hell. My bad, my bad.
Cross emotion. Cross.
The animations in this game don't look too great, to be honest. I mean, it's nice that there is actually some animation going on, but that's not the best cell shading I've seen in a while. And that's quite generous of me.
4人の思考がクロスする。
You want more update with Chris Pratt, Mario? Oh my god, yeah. I'm looking forward to see what happens with this fucking movie at some point. Like, I would like to see at least a trailer. The only thing we know about the Mario movie at this point is the voice actors.
まさに4人がクロスするフィールド。
I'm looking forward to Jack Black as Bowser, to be honest.
モンスターを召喚し合ったり、魔法カードやトラップカードで仕掛け合ったり。シンプルなルールでカードゲーム初心者だって OK。
One thing that I also don't understand right now, while I can't read this card, I do remember a lot of them from my time when I was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Like 18 years back. And I do remember those cards being bad even then. So why are you showing me cards like this now? Jack Black is always a win. Amen, brother. Okay, are we finally through the Yu-Gi-Oh! Part of the
So
show?
that's
Please
the
tell me that we're
show.
finally through the Yu-Gi-Oh!
So
Part
even
of the
if you
show.
don't know the rules, you can play it casually. Is that right, Nashiko-san? Yes.
I'm pretty sure that you will need to know the rules to play any card game, people. What do you mean? Even though you don't know the rules, you can play it casually. It's a fucking card game! You literally can't play card games if you don't know the rules! You know the rules, and so do I. Apparently not, Mr. Rick Astley. Apparently not.
Yes, even if you don't know about the rules, you can join that.
Jesus Christ, what's it with you and not knowing the rules? Like, are you just saying that because you did not make a tutorial for the game yet? Is that what's happening here?
A new world was added. That was announcement.
They're gonna end up a new pachinko somehow, and I will not be surprised. Honestly, I would be more surprised if they didn't have any form of new gambling thing. I mean, in a sense, a trading card game is a form of gambling. Let's be honest here. Also, wasn't there something about the Nintendo thing today or so as well, or... Because I did see people talk about something Nintendo related today, but maybe they were just referring to the Direct that happened a couple of days ago. Okay, looks maybe they are announcing the latest anime here. Because we're kind of going through protagonists right now. So the stream is gonna be shitting on Konami. I mean, let's be honest here. Did you expect anything else from me? Did you expect that I would be all positive and happy about Konami? Did you really do that? You know how much I shit on a lot of companies already, so did you expect me to say anything positive about Konami? Trains? Oh my god, are we playing card games on trains now? Is that what's happening? Because we did have motorbikes already, so maybe it's time for a children's card game on a train now. I'm not complaining at all. Good, good. What the... Oh my god, I thought I was making a joke, but no, apparently we do need the next version of a vehicle to play a children's card game on. I don't know at which point did they decide that no, the logical evolution of our children's card game is that people play it while riding a public transport. What are we showing off right now? Extra monster so what? Okay, I guess Yu-Gi-Oh! Just now added extra monster zones. Jesus Christ, that hoverboard looks dumb. Like, the hoverboard in of itself could potentially look stupid, but the second you realize that he has to play a card game on it, it becomes insanely stupid. Oh my god, what's happening here? Arrowhead? Jesus Christ, I don't even know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all about these days anymore. Is it a fusion summon? Is it something entirely different? Did it just remove his cards from the game? What's going on here? That does, in terms of your raw attack power, that doesn't seem all that strong for something that takes up 3 cards. Wait, what are you even attacking right now? Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links! Brain Sword! Kai-Ho! What a title. I swear to God. Asian games do have a tendency to do the dumbest titles. It's like Master Swordo X Neo Revolution Unlimited! Something like that. It's just a random amalgamation of words. You probably just took a dictionary, threw a couple of darts at it, and saw where they got stuck. Okay, we are playing on the Switch now, I guess. Like seriously, at this point, any word that you are using just becomes meaningless. I do appreciate that they changed the design of those cards a little, and I mean the card layout. Japanese light novel has even more ridiculous names. Really? I don't think I've ever seen the name of a Japanese light novel. I kind of want to look that up now. Okay, and we no longer have cool 3D animations, I guess. So many cards. I mean, at the end of the day, whenever you're talking about a card game expansion, and I'm talking about even games that I enjoyed, it's just gonna be more cards. You're not going to shake up anything major. It will just add more cards. You can only talk about adding more cards to a game for so long before even the hardcore fans are getting bored. And literally, I'm talking about every card game here. Like, I do remember back in the day when I was still playing Hearthstone, it was like, hey, Hearthstone expansion. You don't have to make an extra, I don't know, presentation about them. Everyone knows it's just gonna be more cards. The result from when I time leaped to my second year in high school and confessed to the teacher I liked at the time. I swear to God, I think though this kind of naming conventions kickstarted the entire isekai trend. Because my toil turned to a dungeon, taking care of my business has become too... What the fuck is wrong with you, Japan? That's the entire fucking isekai title thing again. I spent 100 years killing slimes and now I'm max level, lol.
The three cars with the...
Also, I do have to say, this is the first of the presentations on the English channel that does not use subtitles. Like, subtitles would have been appreciated there, Konami. Granted, it is in Japan, so you probably don't have to do it for the Japanese audience, but I'm watching it on the English channel, alright?
Which means 1,000 winners.
Can we move on from Yu-Gi-Oh already, please? We had like, what, 20 minutes of Yu-Gi-Oh at this point.
So what the
like,
probability?
a minimum of half of Konami's presentation is Yu-Gi-Oh now.
November 26th, Saturday.
I want to eat your pack. What the fuck? I don't even know what to say to this anymore. But I do enjoy those new improved card designs in a way. I do have to say that.
So I want to show you how it's shining. So I'm going to show you this video.
Really? Really, this is what your presentation comes down to? We are literally just showing a flashlight at a fucking card? Wow, Konami. Congratulations, I am impressed. Really, 3 years since your last presentation and you put in your bag, you made it worth everyone's while. Wow, you put a foil on a card. I am fucking impressed.
Yes, and today I'm gonna share...
Weird title, but it has a very good story. Huh, alright.
Special offer for early reservation. We're gonna...
Nobody cares about the red-eyed black dragon! That card was bad when it came out! It needs 2 sacrifices, if I remember correctly. It barely has any attack power, and it didn't have an ability.
Momotsuki-san, so I have shown lots of information here. What do you think about that?
Just hearing the weird title inside actually makes me cry. Huh, alright, interesting.
Very fresh in my memory, so I want to have all of these 3 shining cards. So what about draw? It depends.
Yeah, Konami, please tell me. What about draw? I want to know. What about the draw, Konami? Is there anything supposed to draw me in here, Konami? Because I don't see it. I swear to God, if we're not moving away from Yu-Gi-Oh! Within the next 60 seconds, I'm going to lose it. Okay, thank you, Konami. I see I just had to threaten you. Super Bomberman 2. Oh, I kind of forgot that Konami was holding the right to Bomberman.
Super Bomberman R2.
I feel sorry for the live translator. Oh, Jesus, I don't need to know where your booth is. I'm not physically there, Konami.
Super Bomberman R2 with 4 players.
Okay. Didn't Bomberman always have 4 players? Am I dumb? But Bomberman always was always able to support 4 players, right? Imagine training your whole life and land on this job. Oh god, yeah. I mean, I do have respect for every
you
live
play the game,
translator. Jesus
and you
Christ,
will get
that's a
that
pretty
is
intense job.
eco-friendly
You
bag.
need to listen to the dialogue and
But the number is
you need to be
limited,
able to
so
translate
please
it on
visit
the
early.
spot. And considering that
In this
a lot of
area,
languages
you
have
can
very
play the
different
game
kind of
against
sentence
comedians,
structure, that's
and
pretty
you can,
difficult.
watch
So
the
respect to
live
anyone that does this
playing.
job.
Please come and visit the booth.
I won't. Sorry to inform you, Konami, but you could not pay me to visit your booth. I mean, you know what? You could pay me to visit your booth. If we're talking triple digits and you're paying for my hotel and transit to Japan, then maybe. You know what? You know what? I'll toss in a little freebie for you. Double digits and you're paying for my hotel and transit and travels to Japan. Yeah, Bomberman always had co-op, right? I don't know why they're treating it like a new feature. What are we looking at right now? Is it still Bomberman? Okay, apparently it is still Bomberman. I didn't know that the Bomberman franchise has so many memorable characters. Look, it is the Bomberman and the Bomber Woman and Black Bomberman and I don't know. Yeah, this is the one I recognize. Okay, this kind of seems like Bomberman Battle Royale. I mean, you might be a little late to the Battle Royale trend as a whole, but quite frankly, that's probably not the worst thing you can do. Like, honestly, Bomberman is a kind of Battle Royale with different shaped levels that can work out. Bomberman has a storyline. Maybe it does. I think there was a Bomberman anime years ago. I don't know what the storyline is, but something's happening. Yep, well, Bomberman Battle Royale, that's probably the best thing they can do with the franchise, even though they are way too late to the party. Like, I think Battle Royales are falling out of favor with the common public.
So it was very
I mean, they
good.
did fall out of favor with the common public like 2 years ago already, because the market had
As
been
the
so
game that
oversaturated by them.
among 4 people. So I didn't know about the castle mode. What is it? The castle mode is the new mode.
What do you
for
mean you
Super
did not
Bomberman
know
R2.
about the castle
Please
mode?
make
Don't
recall,
lie to me.
and
Don't
you
lie
play
to my
offense or
face
defense
right there.
and you get
Of
the
course you
victory.
knew about the
So this
castle
is the
mode.
new
If
type
you
of
did not
Bomberman.
know about the castle mode, then I
And
don't
the
understand how you
comedians
still
are
have
going
a
to play the
job.
game. Yes. Tomorrow at the venue from 2:10 p.m. on Saturday.
Why does one of
the
them not wear a
comedians are
shirt?
going to play the
Like, that's the
game.
one thing I do have to notice there. One of these dudes was naked. Why was there a naked dude announced for tomorrow? Do I want to know?
Okay. And now we are going to introduce anime.
If you don't know, then yeah, he's
in
up there.
a corner where you can talk to the girls band.
What are we looking
There's
at?
more to come
Kings.
for Konami booth.
Oh, there's more to the Konami booth. You
The
don't
next to
tell
Super
Konami.
Bomberman R2,
You
the
don't.
famous
Oh god,
anime,
an idle
popular
game.
anime, idol
The
project,
idol industry in
Shining
Japan
Post.
is such a
There's mobile
toxic
game called
shit
Shining
haven.
Post. Be
Like,
Your
Jesus
Idol.
Christ.
choose
You can
your
love
favorite
some
characters, and you can
J-pop
take
or you
a
can hate
picture
some
with the
J-pop. But
idols,
either way,
and
you
you
do
can
have to
enjoy the
acknowledge that the
costumes,
idol industry in
novel,
Japan
music,
is
music,
utter
dance,
garbage and
animation.
mega
So you
toxic.
can enjoy all
Like,
of
fucking
these
hell.
only
The
here
fact
at
that
the
they're not
booth.
allowed to say
And
that they're
also, that
quitting
is
in the
the
idol
game
industry.
that
No,
is
they
being
have to put a
developed,
positive spin to it. No,
only at
they
the
are
venue. You can watch the
graduating.
video.
This is where the graduation stuff for
Now,
VTubers
let's
originally
take a
came
look
from,
at the
because,
pictures you
let's
can
be
see.
honest, VTubing kind of became popularized by the idol industry. Objectifying women at its finest, yeah. Okay. Okay, what are we doing here? Is this just a photo booth? Is it literally just a phone filter or something like that? Or is that literally just that you can go there and take a photo with VR anime girls? Because I'm pretty sure I can achieve the same by just downloading a filter. I don't have to go to the Tokyo Game Show for this.
Please follow official Twitter account of Shine Post, and please participate in a picture taking event, and you will get original rubber
I
band.
will do neither of these, my dear
Near the
woman.
booth,
I know you're
you
paid
will
to
get
say
this
this, and you're
Japanese
trying to
style
convince me to
fast.
do both of those
So
things.
we will
But I
wait
can
for you at
assure
the
you,
venue.
I have no doubt in my mind that I won't
And
do
next
either
to
of
the
those
Shine
things.
Post, we have the corner for Genso Suikoden.
Okay, Genso Suikoden only gets a single screen apparently. Apparently
Just
Konami
today,
wasn't even
3:30
sure if it
PM,
wanted
the
that game
information
there.
was out.
What is this even?
Genso
Genso
Suikoden that was
Suikoden
out
1 and 2.
with
Seems to be an
PlayStation in
old game.
1995.
So I guess you're
After
just
27
remastering
years,
it, porting it to
now,
HD.
the Genso Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster, Gate, Rune, and Duna Unification Wars
Yeah.
will be released. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam, and Nintendo Switch. With these, you can play it, and the game is going to be released in 2023.
You haven't
In
shown
this
me
corner,
anything of the
you
game
can
yet.
play
Yes, I know
a
now the
dice
game is
game.
released
You know
next
the
year,
dice
but
game
could you
if you
just show
have
me some
played Genso
gameplay?
Suikoden, right?
I have no idea what
So,
this game even is.
based on
Apparently it
the
has a
result
big
of the
character
dice game,
roster.
you will
That's just
get
a number
Genso
though. I
Suikoden
don't know if
1
any
and
of those
2
characters
HD
will be worth my
remaster
time.
Trading cam badge.
Oh
You
wait.
can
What
play
was that
the
about
dice
trading
game
badges?
with the
Are you
characters,
trying to sell me loot
and
boxes
based on
IRL
the
again,
result of
Konami?
the dice
Please
game,
don't try to sell me
you
loot
will
boxes
get
IRL
many
again.
cam
I mean, that's good art. I do
and
like the art.
You will get the, you will see the
108
original picture.
characters, that's a lot of
And
characters,
please,
but the
come
question
and take a
is,
picture
do any
and
of those
post your
characters
memory
really
on
do
Twitter.
anything
Next
significant?
to Genso Suikoden, we have a corner for Hinabita.
I
There's
don't
a
know what
key visual
Hinabita is.
that commemorates 10-year anniversary. So there are panels of
Is it
7
something
characters.
idle industry related as well? Is it another idle game? It kind of
And you
looks
can
like
take
another
picture.
idle game, doesn't
So
it?
please come and take a picture.
Wait, is it literally just a booth
And
with
also,
cardboard
the
cutouts
cam
of
badge
characters just so you
is
can take a picture
custom
with
badge.
them? Is that
Uh,
all
it
that
was-
there is to this
It was
shitty
distributed
thing?
in City of
It's
Kyoshi.
still the idle game,
And
alright.
please use the hashtag and post it, and you can get it. And
I
the
will do
number is
no
limited,
such thing,
so
Konami.
please
You
don't miss
can't
it.
make
So
me.
I introduced 3 titles from Konami.
Okay, come on, Konami, wrap this up. You
So
barely
you
have any
watched
booths
Shine
left.
Post,
You have to have
Genso
at least
Suikoden,
one good
and
thing, right?
Hinabita.
You did not just waste an entire
taking
hour of our
pictures
existence
for
on
Shine
this
Post,
mod
I
lore.
loved it. So taking pictures
I
with the
mean,
character,
knowing you, Konami, you
know,
probably did.
it's
Knowing
usually
you,
nothing
you
special,
probably
but
did
watching
just
a
that.
video, you know, the characters are surrounding you, and they strike a pose, and there's a group picture.
We've seen
And
that!
this is
You
what
don't
you
have to
experience when you see
explain the
idol.
thing we
You
just
never
saw!
imagine you can do that
Everyone,
with the
a
2D
brain
characters,
dead
and I got
fetus
really
would have
excited.
understood what was happening
And
there!
you have additional information, right, Oi-san? Yes. And there's a new game video you can watch.
I think
at
Konami
home.
thinks
And
very
also
less of
3 PM on Sunday,
very little of its fans to
there will
think
be
that
the
they need
talk
an
show
explanation
among
for what
Sayumi
just
Suzushiro,
happened.
Yuko Natsuyoshi, and Rika
Oh my
Nakagawa.
god, I
And the
think the
new
last
characters
time I
and
was so
special guests,
bored at a press
will
conference
also
of
appear.
any kind of
There'll be a
video
talk show,
game
so
developer
please
it was
enjoy.
when I still
And
watched EA
Genso Suikoden 1
conferences.
and 2 HD remaster.
EA
Please
conferences
talk
are
about it.
always dreadful. I
Please watch the
refuse to
video.
watch them these days. Because they are just way too boring. I started refusing to watch them like over 10 years ago. Okay, you have something there. Please let it be an actual video game for once, Konami. Oh god, it's still that shit. I mean, I should have been more specific when I said an actual video game, so that's on me. It is an actual video game, I guess, but going by the art style, I would assume that this game was around when it was still the last millennia. Dragon Quest ripoff, yeah, probably. Yeah, looking at the visuals, this game definitely was still around in the last century. I mean, I don't know, the pixel art that moves is alright. It kind of is jarring to see some of the pixel sprites move while others are just static. It's cheaper to make, yeah. Why make new games when you keep trying to... when you can just sell the old games again and again? That's the Bethesda strategy. Why make any game that isn't Skyrim anymore when we can just sell Skyrim at 12,000th time? Oh god, you all look like such basic characters. I'm sorry, but I'm so done with this. Can we move over to Square Enix? Maybe Square Enix actually has something for us. I don't know. This just makes me wish that this graphics team that Triangle Strategy had was in charge of this. Because I don't really like those 3D areas combined with sprites. I would rather have it all be pixelated or it all be 3D. See, if they don't have over-the-top hairstyles, then they said it's basic. I'm mostly saying it's basic because they look like every anime character ever. I don't know why JRPG fantasy characters always have to look the same. Quite frankly, I'm just in such a bad mood because of Konami right now that I will be angry at most of the things they can show me. Because right now they are literally just wasting my time. What do you have here? We just had this game, Konami! We don't need to see any more of this game. I mean, I guess you need to show more of the game because you don't have enough to fill your 1 hour time slot. Just see it as a joke. Oh, don't you worry, I didn't think that you were serious there. Let's have fun shitting on Konami together. Oh, that we will, that we will. Okay. Oh, you have got the cross mark, so you are the tragic side character that we have sympathy for, but you are going to betray us later on in the middle of the story, because of your tragic backstory that will unfold in the middle of the game. But we will understand and take you back when you eventually come growling back to us, right, blonde man? I'm pretty sure that's what's about to happen here. I still want to know what's up with those 107 characters that they kept mentioning. I swear to God, this looks so boring! I don't know. Is there anyone clamoring to play this game again? Oh, nope, we absorbed him. Alright, I guess we are a giant amoeba man, absorbing their power. Oh, we spit him out. I guess we could not digest him in time before he broke free. I can probably stay for about 1 more hour. Okay, that should get you through half of the Square Enix conference as well then. Let's hope that Square Enix will have a little something that's better to show. I mean, what do they have? Square Enix has Forspoken. I don't know if I'm not really excited for Forspoken, but at least it looks pretty to look at. At least Square Enix will have actual games, let's say that much.
So
Kirby power. Hey! Oh, Kirby.
How did you feel? I was surprised.
I don't know, this kind of reminds me of the Bethesda conference. You can really feel you don't have enough content to fill an entire hour worth of time. Like, I don't know, why don't you just cut the conference short, show us what you have and then move on with our life? Ah, because you just paid for the entire 1 hour slot. Gotcha.
As a first game, you know, it is about the visiting the memory, right? But
also, my dude, has no one told you that fedoras are kind of no longer in, haven't been for like three decades? Or should I leave now and join at the end of the conference? Maybe they have more interesting... I mean, I could not blame you if you left now. This is very, very boring. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen for the rest of the Konami's conference anymore. Square Enix, there's at least a chance that they might have something it's nice to look at.
Okay, so this area is next to Yu-Gi-Oh area.
Oh no, not football! I was already bored before you brought out the sports ball. Oh Jesus Christ, this game looks trash.
At eFootball,
I didn't even know that anyone aside from EA is making football games these days, and quite frankly, I could have believed the rest of my life not knowing that. I don't know, those graphics kind of look like early PlayStation 4 to me, right? PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 graphics, oh well. Guess my assessment was still too generous there.
At the booth, we have the photo taking area to make
like half of the Konami booth is just areas where you can take photos, isn't it? Wait. Wait, what? Do you not even get the photo of you? Do you need to just download the JPEG of the photo that was
Please
taken
come
and
here
are they
and
not even too
enjoy it.
cheap to print it out for you?
That's
Fucking
from
hell.
the Konami booth just before
Also,
its
what's it with
opening
men
of
working
this
for Konami
Tokyo Game
wearing
Show.
fedoras? Like there's one dude with a bald head
So
and
we're gonna
two with a
experience a month
fedora.
with
What's it with the
winners. It's a
Konami
great
policy of you
opportunity
having
for
to wear a
us. By
fedora,
the way,
guy?
Osh-san, I believe you have
I want to go
additional
to the Sega party
information.
though, lol.
Yes,
The
I'm
Sega
going to show
party.
you a video
Let me
clip
check
for
something out.
2023.
What's up with that? Oh, fucking hell, football. Football is boring IRL and you can't make it any more exciting, I can tell you that much. Okay, let me see. Tokyo Game Show 2022. Is there anything else today? Tokyo Game Show. I don't want to see the live stuff, I just want to see what else is on the program for today. No, I don't want to see a live chat. Where can I go to the channel? There we go. Pole dance. Oh, right. I remember now. The fucking pole dance thingy. I remember now. I remember now. Honestly, I kind of want to take a look at the Sega conference just because I just want to know what the fuck they were thinking. So, is there anything else on the program today? Wasn't there something about Bandai still having a showing today? Or am I mixing things up? Okay, there seems to be a couple of things happening tomorrow still, but I think I'm going to wrap it up after today's Square conference. I don't think I can take more than 2 days of boring press conference. Okay, I don't see anything exciting anymore. I guess we missed the Tecmo Koei stream though. The Tecmo Koei stream could have actually been interesting. But I guess I'm just going to take a look at the trailers online. Because let's be honest, the only thing that we really care about are the game trailers anyway. Like, is anyone excited by just seeing a group of footballers here? And yes, I'm not going to call it soccer. Fuck you, Americans. It's played with your feet. I don't know why you insist on calling the sport where you are carrying the ball around with your hands football and you had to rename actual football into soccer. Fuck you, America. You think you're cool? You think you're quirky like that? No, you're not. Oh, the question mark on September 18th is the Bandai one. Alright. I'm probably not gonna restream that though. Because mostly on Sunday I'm not gonna stream in general, just because on Sunday people are gonna come over and we're going to play some pen and paper at my place. What I'm gonna do tomorrow in terms of streaming though is I'm finally going to start the Pokemon Nuzlocke. I'm looking forward to that. We've set everything up for it. We're ready for that and we will finally have an exciting stream again. Not just 1 hour of shitting on Konami. No, we're not together. You do not have me on your team there, Konami. You live update me in the Discord then, thanks.
Oisan.
Okay, I
On
think we're through.
Sunday, are you gonna have a special stage of eFootball? Yes.
Oh, fuck.
So we're going to make
Stop talking about football! Literally, this is. I thought maybe they would have one banger at the end, like one big send-off, but nope, they saved the most boring shit for last. They did actually save the most boring shit.
So
I mean, I guess technically they have like, what, 10 minutes of the conference left, but I don't expect anything exciting to happen anymore after they fucked up 40 minutes about exciting shit.
And also, there'll be an exhibition match between Kagami Hayato, the winner of 2021, and Dize Hiruesta, the winner of 2022. There'll be
good for them, good for them. Oh, football, I don't know. I play video games because watching real sports is too boring for me. I'm someone, I don't even mind playing most sports IRL. What I do mind though, is just how boring it is to watch most sports. Because ever if the action is so far away, you're just going to see like a shit ton of people running after a white dot in the background anyway. What's exciting about that, huh? When I'm watching a fighting game tournament, even if I don't play the game, there at least there are explosions and colorful lighting and stuff like that. Oh my god, I don't care about your Geography Education Edition!
That you can play with the web browser.
Oh, okay, I mean, they are definitely taking the cake when it comes to the most boring conference. I mean, I should have expected as much from Konami. I was curious what Konami would bring to the table, but I'm not surprised that it is basically nothing. This is so boring, god, yeah. Like, I can literally feel myself aging while watching this. Half of my brain is occupied thinking about things that I could be doing instead. Hey, Sleepy!
There's no god of poverty, so that the money you have do not fluctuate too much. So you don't have to...
I think you're measuring our boredom there. That is truly quite humongous here. How are you doing? How are you doing? You didn't miss anything. Konami has just wasted our lives for the last 50 minutes. So we are just kind of waiting for it to be over so we can move on to the Square Enix conference. But Jesus Christ, this was the most boring conference I've seen in maybe ever. And I've seen EA conferences back in my day. Just finished work for the week. Hey, welcome to the weekend, Sleepy. Hope you're enjoying your weekend then. Hope you can relax this weekend. Oh, fucking hell.
So please look at that teaser site.
I'm not looking at anything for you, Konami. You can't make me. I'm never going to watch a single conference you're doing ever again. I now realized this was a mistake. Oh, okay. What do you have there? What's it gonna be, huh, Konami? What's it gonna be? It might be a little exciting right now, but I'm sure you'll find a way to fuck it up. It's a shmup. It's a shmup. I mean, it's probably the most game we've seen the entire conference, so I guess that's something. Probably doesn't even look bad for a shmup, because let's be honest, I don't think there are all that many shmups with really modern 3D graphics. But I'm not the biggest fan of shmups, but quite frankly, this is definitely the most exciting thing they've shown all day. Konami really doesn't know what to do with their IPs, yeah. They're trying so fucking hard to save Yu-Gi-Oh! But failing. I mean, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Failing? I honestly don't know these days what's going on with the big card games anymore. Sugni, all guns blazing, what a name. Alright, so much for that. And Nier Automata ripoff? At this point, it might be. Okay. Unreal Engine. Yeah, Konami. We noticed that Konami had been involved in this. No, please show the trailer again. It was the only thing that got a little bit of serotonin in my blood over the last hour.
And which will be on sale in 2023, and also you can enjoy.
Where's the catch, Konami? Because you've shown me an actual game, and I don't think you're capable of making an actual game. Will it be riddled with microtransactions? Will it be like a $60 shmup? Something along those lines? What? Oh, fucking hell. What are you talking about now, Konami? We've seen the tiger already, Konami. You can show us something else. Oh god, you're building a bloody esports center. Why is everyone and their mother building esports centers right now? And streamer hubs and stuff like that? How many do you think we need? Does have more sleep than I, yeah. You didn't have to sit through an hour's worth of Konami's nonsense yet. Believe you me, it would have drained the soul from your body as well. Because it is a growing industry.
And
I don't
before
know.
is
I don't know.
operated by
And
game
all of these
company Konami,
complexes that
and
I've seen
students
so
can
far
learn
seem like
about
colossal
esports.
failures.
And also together
I don't
with
know.
the
Maybe that's
professional
just me, but
esports
most of the
teams,
time they seem
we
to be
invite
failing.
teachers from there, and those professional
Oh,
teachers
so it's
will
an actual
train about the
school, not
strategy,
just...
or
Okay,
tactics, or
interesting.
technique, and
I mean, I guess
practice.
that could
And
make
also these
sense.
are
It could
our
make sense. I think
lecturers.
South Korea
From
does
just
stuff like
mentioning
that
them, we
already,
have
but...
Naga-san, who is a football
Ah,
players, and also Rusirika-san
I don't
from
know.
Tech
Is
Wing
I
for
don't know. Is
Fortnite.
there really
And
any
also,
future for something like an
we're
esports school?
going
Because
to
the
use
problem with
the
esports as a
correspondence
profession, in my
school
honest opinion, is
curriculum from the
most
Kawaguchi
esports
High School,
games
so
are
you can
falling
get the
off
diploma
after a
of high
couple of
school.
years.
And at the end
Like,
of the year,
if you
you
look
can
at it, there's
join the
only
trial
very
and
few
to join the
esports games that are
professional
sticking
esports
around.
team.
And
last
once the
year,
esport game you were good at has failed, and
students
eventually
passed
they
the
will all
trial.
fail, let's be
So
honest here,
you can see the
you
gaming and
can't really
esports
move
movements and
on over to the next
visibility,
one
and you
because
can learn
skills
about
don't
esports
directly
more. So please
transfer
check
from
the
one game or
official
another to
website.
another. If you're
And
good in
then
one
I'm going to show
shooter,
you
you'll
another
probably be
video for
good in
the
other
interviews of
shooters
the
as well.
students.
But every little detail, every little change in the system will probably make it more difficult to adapt. Not for now, it is the future, like a DLC that doesn't make anything. I still have Battleborn. Oh my god, I remember Battleborn. Battleborn, I don't know, a lot of people say that Overwatch killed Battleborn. Quite frankly, I am more of the opinion that Battleborn killed Battleborn. I'm still angry at Battleborn that they shoved all the interesting mission stuff into the first 2 missions you were able to play in the demo, and the last 8 missions were all just really boring drivel. And that they were not able to fix shit like snipers being able to take out the entire enemy first base from their own base, from the safety of their own base on one map. Even though everyone kept yelling it at them. And it took them 2 months after launch until they finally had that fixed.
So if you are interested
But
there,
I bet the
please
success
come
rate of
here.
a school like
And
this is even
also,
lower than the
for
art
open
school.
campus,
Oh, definitely.
if you
With
said,
art, you
I
at least
deserve
learn a
this
skill that you can
program,
use for the
can
rest
get
of your life.
original
See,
clean
art
Wi-Fi,
schools
so
are a
please
very
join this open
weird thing to me.
campus.
For once being particular. In art schools, stuff like anime or drawing style and comic drawing style are really looked down upon. While in reality, anime drawing styles and comic book drawing styles are the most likely art styles that will make you some money. Like, let's be honest, the best way you can make money as an artist is just take commissions for big-titted anime girls or big-dicked anime boys. Let's be honest, that's the way of things. That's how you make big money as an artist. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's kind of weird that every form of art education that you could potentially take is going to try to drive you away from the one art thing that you could actually use to make a living out of art. Not only they're ruining games, now they want to ruin the children's future as well. I mean, Konami is a vile thing, so it probably only exists to poison everything around it anymore. Oh, is it over? Is it finally over? Are we finally free from this hell of our own creation?
So toward autumn, winter, and spring.
Yes, wrap it up and let's move on.
So please come and visit booth of Konami.
Oh fuck no! Never! We are free. We are free of Konami. The beautiful sound of silence. At least with silence, I'm bored because nothing is happening. Not because things that are even more boring than nothings are happening. What if the next Hitler came from esports school? Jesus Christ, okay. Okay. Okay, that's kind of a weird topic to discuss, but have you ever seen the art that the H-Man made? Because I've seen some of his paintings, and it's kind of weird, because his actual brushwork wasn't the problem, but, I don't know, his art felt like he had no sense of directions. You had windows clipping over fences, you had shadows falling into different directions, staircases that were missing stairs and stuff like that. Nope, yep, they showed nothing new, like literally. The most exciting thing they showed was this shmup game, and they're doing something Bomberman. That's basically what everything that Konami did there. Oh, let's just hope that Square Enix will have something better for us. I mean, they can't be worse than Konami, that's for sure. Nothing can beat Square Enix, can beat Konami in terms of boring, how boring they were. Yeah, I mean, there was a good reason why he couldn't get into an art school, that's for sure. Alright, I'm kind of weirded out that there is no sound for this, because usually there was sound whenever there was the break screen. But I guess we just have to wait for a couple of minutes now for Square Enix to show up. They should be here in 8 minutes, so if any of you need to go to... Wait. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to move over to my BRB screen. Don't worry. I am here. Why did they turn that off? Ah, yeah. And that's the reason why I switched over to my BRB screen, because the second I turn on the chat on this video, I see a Mogus cock. Makes sense. So, Square Enix, where the fuck are you? What's going on with you there? Square Enix, give me a second. We will find Square Enix, don't you worry. Square Enix cannot run away from us indefinitely. Tokyo Game Show channel, because I don't know their YouTube channel as well, so it should not be too hard to find them. No, not that. Where are you? God damn it, I did have that ready to go somewhere. Ah, yeah, there we go. Square Enix presents Aiko Kano's something, okay. Is that it? Apparently it is live at least. I would rather watch it on Twitch though, if at all possible. Ah yeah, okay, the main channel is back. I don't know why they turned it off there for a moment, but the main channel seems to be back. There we go. Ah, we successfully avoided the Among Us cock. I know that my worries have not been unreasonable. I know something like Among Us cock would be showing up eventually. Oh. Okay. So, let's see. Maybe we can find a program for Square Enix Online somewhere. Square Enix TGS 2022 lineup here. Lineup sounds good. So, what is your lineup gonna be, Square? Do you have anything for us? We've got Forspoken. We've got Valkyrie Elysium, Star Ocean, The Divine Force, Romancing Saga Minstrel Song Remastered, Crisis Core, Voice of Cards, The Dio Field, Nier Automata, Harvestella, Tactics Ogre Reborn, Octopath Traveler 2, Power Wash Simulator. Huh, I didn't know that. Wait, am I still on the Square Enix page? Apparently Power Wash Simulator is a game that Square Enix holds the right to. Okay, that's kind of surprising. What are you watching in your free time to the point where the algorithm shows us Among Us cock? It's not the algorithm showing us Among Us cock, it was Twitch chat. Twitch chat is trying to shove Among Us cocks into our faces. Alright? Don't blame me for that, blame Twitch chat. Power Wash Simulator, The Rhythm Battle, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Final Fantasy XVI, Stranger of Paradise, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai, A Hero Spawns, Romancing Saga, Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, I mean, we do have people here that are going to be excited about Final Fantasy XIV. See, she's sus, he's the imposter. Ain't I always? Ain't I always? That's the thing, that's one of the reasons why I can't really play werewolves. Whenever I'm playing werewolves with people, I'm always DMing it, because if I'm not DMing it, people are going to just kill me within the first 1 to 2 nights. I'm curious about Final Fantasy 16. I think Final Fantasy 16 was interesting in the sense that for the first time in a while, they are using a purely fantasy setting, right? At least that's what it looked like from the early trailers. Like, they're not going to be any kinds of machines and stuff like that. It was built by the Final Fantasy 14 team, right? I could not tell you. You'd have to ask Kuro about that. He's our local expert on everything Final Fantasy 14 related. But I don't think Kuro is here right now. At least he did not make a sound if he is. I mean, maybe Kuro is going to show up. I think the Square Enix presentation is probably going to be the one that interests him the most. After the disappointment that was Capcom. Still such a shame that Capcom fucked up so hard. I was really looking forward to Capcom. So far, Microsoft was definitely the one that had the most interesting shit. Okay, 3 more minutes until we are going to get going. I don't know. Am I very curious about any one of those games? Alright, I'm going to go pack my stuff and get ready to leave home. You do that, you do that. Have fun, and safe travels to you, my friend. I am semi-curious about this Valkyrie Elysium thing. I don't know that. Star Ocean might be interesting. Voice of Cards, I tried the demo and I was very disappointed by it, because it uses the card game aesthetic basically with no rhyme or reason. Like, it plays like your boring old fantasy JRPG, just presents itself with cards. I don't know. I was expecting the cards to matter in some way, but no, they didn't. I'm pretty sure I've heard from Tactics Ogre, didn't I? Tactics Ogre seems familiar. I guess Dragon Quest will be something that a lot of people are going to be excited for. Oh, and for the Final Fantasy 14 thing, they specifically noted that audio will only be available in Japanese. So, alright, I guess we're informed. Alright. Yeah, and that's about it then. Let's see. Should be live in 1 more minute. 1 more minute, and then Square Enix can woo us with their magic. Quite frankly, Square Enix picked a very smart time slot. They were like, okay, people will be bored out of their fucking mind after Konami's presentation, so it does not matter what we show them. They will think it's gold. That's the smartest thing you can do. You don't have to be good, you just have to be better than whatever came before you. Oh, by the way, I can tell you that much. I did get the rough sketches of my new emotes back today, and they are looking gorgeous. I'm so happy to see how they turn out once they're finished. Oh Jesus, that's loud. Why the fuck is this loud? Swear to God, it wasn't this loud the last time around. Oh, there we go. Okay, Square Enix, what do you have for us?
Enix presents Eiko Kano's Critical Hit special episode for Tokyo Game Show 2022.
What is this? I think that's Nier Automata. I have no idea what that is. Maybe Tactics Ogre? That looks like Dragon Quest.
Player plays various Square Enix.
This is... I don't know what that is. Stranger of Paradise.
At times, he plays games terribly.
Yes, Yoko Taro.
With creators, hearing some episodes.
I will just assume that the head is representative of Yoko Taro. He is kind of a weirdo like that.
That's Critical Hit.
Is it a new Nier Automata game? Or is it an old one?
In this
Hey.
special episode
Ah,
for
yeah,
Tokyo Game
Forspoken.
Show 2022,
Forspoken I'm
Kano
still
plays the
curious
three
about.
latest
That game
titles
could
of
go
Square
either
Enix,
direction. It could
which you
either
can also
end
play
up
at
being
the
really
venue.
cool or really boring.
Don't
One
miss
of the
out
two.
his miraculous performances. I think it's totally different from the usual. You're working so very hard. Why is that? So I've been Tokyo Game Show privately, and I'm very glad to be able to join there. When is the first time? I think around the time VR comes around, I wanted to give it a try for VR technology.
Okay.
At the time I had to use a large schoolbag-like thing for VR.
Okay. Guys,
Have you
you do have actual
Yes, of
games.
course.
Just show
I've
the
been an
games,
ambassador
please.
before.
I really need
Well,
some
that
video
is
games right
excellent.
now after the
Ambassador.
Konami thing.
I'm so jealous. I envy you. That is excellent.
Are we talking
Kano's
about VR? Are you
initial
envious of
happy opening
VR?
ceremony.
I do
You should
wonder,
get it.
how
If you tell
do
jokes,
most
nobody will
Japanese
laugh.
people use VR? Because most VR sets do actually take quite a lot of
Game
extra
show,
space, and
you can look
let's be
forward to
honest,
merchandise
most
center.
Japanese apartments
We're
are
going to
quite tiny.
introduce some merchandise of Square Enix for this year.
I mean, the booth definitely looks more interesting than whatever the
Oh,
Konami
I
came
don't
up with there, that's for sure.
So you're selling this, right? It's so cute.
I hate it when they ask questions like that. We are,
is
we are selling this, right? It's like, of course you know that it is. Everybody knows that you're not really asking this
What's
question. What the fuck? Okay, I guess you can have Yoko Taro ice cubes.
Can I say this? So ice maker,
I mean, it is kind of funny, I guess.
you can make ice using this. With
What?
a
You can
huge
use the ice maker to make
I think
ice?
quite
Revolutionary!
to variety of merchandise.
You finished packing,
Used
congratulations.
for the Square Enix
Then
official
welcome
game.
back to
it
seeing
has never
to
been canned.
Square Enix trying to sell us merchandise.
sell some
So
merchandise
far
for
we
this
have not
program?
seen any games. They should have games. In
Actually, I
theory,
got
they
ahead of
should have
myself.
games.
This is
You've
excellent.
been meaning to ask me, alright? Out with it, because right
now
now
I can use
right
this
now ask me whatever you want,
for
because everything that
live
distracts me of the nothing that's
I
going
can
on screen right now
something
is probably
with
gonna
this
be
live.
it. Have you ever played
promote
Dragon's
this
Dogma? Ooh, ho, 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 ho. I do have something interesting to tell you there. No, I never played Dragon's
novel
Dogma,
feeds in
but I did buy the Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon edition like a couple of weeks and or months back. I do actually plan to check that one out on stream at some point, because I keep people referring to Dragon's Dogma as a good game for Monster Hunter fans. So I just want to know what's up with that.
Enix
I do have Dragon's Dogma, I just want to finish a couple of the things that I'm doing on stream beforehand. Like, I still want to finish
Oh, really?
Cult
So
of the
when you go
Lamb,
to the Tokyo
I
Game
want to
Show, you
get
can
through
get
the
this for
entire
free.
Pokemon
Yes, for
Nuzlocke,
people coming from
the new
local areas of
randomizer
Japan,
we have
you
for
can
Monster
bring this
Sanctuary.
back to their region, and they can promote
Those
it.
three things
I'm
are
very
stuff that I
glad
would
that
like to
we
get
don't
out.
see
Well,
any
not
elements
necessarily
from
all of them,
you.
but at least one or two
Well,
of
I've been
them.
thinking about that actually.
Dragon's Dogma is just Dark Souls Monster Hunter. Honestly, that sounds good. Now, Dragon's Dogma is a game that kind of crept back up like 8 years or so after it got originally published, and while it didn't really have a big impact when it originally came out, it did gather what's the word I'm looking for?
Criticano Hito special episode Tokyo Game Show
A loyal
2022.
fan
The
base,
first title is
a core following, something like that.
I'm
I'm not quite sure what the word I'm looking for is right now. Oh! Are we going to switch over to gameplay? But yeah, I am kind of excited about Dragon's Dogma. I want to stream that at some point.
I'm Frey Holland. I don't know how I got here.
Hey,
but I just
Dragon!
want to go back home.
I don't know, why does everyone in the fantasy world always immediately want to get back home? Because as far as I've gathered from trailers, her home life is kind of shit. And sure, there's no internet there, but you've got fucking Magic Girl.
By yourself.
I mean, maybe I should not judge. Probably if I didn't get the internet in whatever magical world I was in, I would probably be like, okay, but how do I get back home? I want to watch YouTube videos and giggle occasionally, alright? How do I get back home?
Forspoken attracting the attention of the world. Kano is the first Japanese player.
Okay, looks like we are seeing actual gameplay for Forspoken.
What a beautiful visual.
It is looking good. You can say a lot of things about Square Enix, but a lot of their games do look quite good. If we're not considering stuff like Bell and Wonder World or The Quiet Man.
Encounters with enemies.
Forspoken's first trailer makes me really interested. It didn't really show the main character's voiceover and I immediately turn off.
To get used
I think it was kind of too fourth wall breaking for me, because it felt like fourth wall breaking nonsense that a corporation would write like that. And now I'm fighting freaking dragons while talking to my arm thing, and it's like, I don't know. It kind of feels like something that Marvel would write for its movies.
Another enemy comes up.
I don't really like that type of personality. I don't really care much about her personality yet. I mostly don't like the writing that I have seen so far. Because, I don't know, it's like self-aware humor that doesn't really land well as far as I can tell.
Excellent.
I'm not sure what to think of the magic right now. Like, I don't know. Right now, the magic system kind of looks like it's just an FPS system in a sense. Alright? The writing is pretty bad, alright? So it's not just me at least. Okay, you don't even aim it.
They can't move.
I don't know. I kind of hate it whenever a magic system just uses magic like a gun. Like, I don't know, that's the problem that I have with a lot of magic systems in a couple of games that happened over the last few years.
Wow, this is PS5.
Where it's literally just shooting magic bullets.
Feedback on the controller when you use magic.
Yeah, it's kind of looking very stiff and stuff like that yet. Okay, now you have a fire sword. And it disappeared again, alright, So far, you're not convincing me either, Forspoken.
Forspoken, this is excellent.
Oh, and look at all the things you can get with our deluxe edition.
Key features of this title.
Okay, yeah, please show me the key features, because right now, you're just messing around with boing pew pew pew.
Frey Holland, living in New York, was involved in a mysterious phenomenon and turned out to be in a different world, Asia. Beautiful and wide, but Athia is infested with monsters. And Frey has something in her arm.
I see it, yeah.
Surrounding her arm, that is cuff. You can, you remember some scene where they
I don't really like how the magic stuff immediately despawns into a couple of thin lines mid-air. Like, I don't know, it doesn't really feel like that those rocks or ice fragments or whatever are really there.
Support magic.
I don't know.
Limit the movement of enemies and surge
I do like the big spell here, that's pretty cool, but whenever it immediately disappears, that's kind of weird.
Is magic parkour.
The character model looks kinda cute.
In the previous play, Kano was...
I think I would need to pay more attention to her first. I'm mostly looking at the magic right now.
It goes like this.
Exploding deer, I mean, sometimes you gotta explode a deer to get ahead in life.
Oh, this is the movement made by
the movement, I'm still not sure about, because it kind of... It could be fun to jump around like that, but it could also feel like the details of the areas don't matter. Right now it looks pretty fluid, so I guess I'd have to try it out myself to know if I like it or dislike it.
To see this, and if you can do this by yourself, that would be excellent. Thank you. Now you can practice doing this.
Oh, that's a controller. I don't know why, but for a reason I thought it was a toy car he just grabbed and was like, what are you going to do with the toy car?
First, please press the circle.
If it can be fast-pacing magic common flying around, that sounds fun. True, that could be fun. I mean, right now the magic system has me look kind of static. Like, it turns you into some sort of magic turret, I would say. That just shoots magic bullets for most of it.
Repeatedly do magic parkour.
I mean, the world looks kinda empty right now. Dependent on how fast you can traverse it, that might be okay, but right now that's literally just nothingness around us. Oh no! I see a tower there. Does that mean we do have used towers to unlock the map and bandit camps that we can clear out and stuff like that? Is this going to be every open world game ever?
Then you
It
can
might be.
focus on them. Then yes, please aim at them. Oh, that is excellent. What's this? I
don't
focused
know.
on... Yes.
The world just looks hella empty to me right now. Like,
Great.
we've traveled quite some distance
focus
already,
on
and I haven't
shining
seen
rocks, and
anything
you can make a
interesting
leap.
yet. Like, there's a castle in the background there, but other than
is so
that,
big.
this is just empty
It's
nothingness.
so fun to wandering around this map.
Is it now? Is it now? I just
Also, you can
paid
kill
to
time
say
just by
that.
killing the enemies. That is a main task. That is a main task, Kano-san. Sakai-san, can you...
Ah, yes, the main task. Why are you repeating that? What's your favorite open
You're so
world game? Let me think.
Let me try.
Let me think.
Sakai is giving a try for magic
I
purple.
guess I'll have to answer that in several steps. Like, I think Elden Ring did a pretty good job when it came to the open world. There were a lot of interesting things all around the open world there. Even though I have to say that the best parts of Elden Ring have always been in its more secluded levels, the dungeons.
And the
Then
feedback
we
coming from the
have
controller is
something
excellent.
that's not really an open world game, but I kind of view it in a similar fashion, would be the Yakuza games, because you only have your city there, and the city is quite small, but it's so densely packed with events and activities that you can't go 10 steps without something interesting happen to me. And that's what I love about the Yakuza games a lot. I don't know if people would really consider them open world, but they're definitely up there for me.
Oh, I wonder whether I can do this.
What else do we have then? I guess we don't really count 2D games there, because otherwise, of course, Hollow Knight would
There
take
are
the cake.
4 shining rocks on the cliff.
Anything else that comes to mind?
Give it a try.
I mean, Yakuza is
Can I
definitely
make it?
one of the standout examples of a densely packed world. And Elden Ring was just fun, even though the open world parts of Elden Ring were probably at the weakest parts of Elden Ring.
1, 2, and 4.
Oh yeah, the samurai like Yakuza is something I'm very curious about. The Yakuza games are quite fun, and the samurai one does look interesting, even though it is a little weird to see what is essentially samurai Kirito. Because let's be honest, this old samurai guy looks exactly like Kirito with long hair.
Now where should I go?
But I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, because the Yakuza games are
Maybe
great.
saying crazy Japanese.
So I'm hopeful for
I
the
am
Samurai
also,
Yakuza
but
game.
not as a compliment.
Is
Real
there anything else I can think of when it comes to open worlds?
Kano had a knack
Most of
about
the times I'm
magic
not
purple,
too fond
and
of
he
open worlds,
will give it a
because
try
the
for
majority
two
of games that use open worlds feel
first
like they
mission
can't really
is
fill it with something. One of the games that I do have to point out though, Guild Wars 2. I don't know if we would count Guild Wars 2 because it is an MMO, but there was so much going on in the open world of Guild Wars.
to get the
Then again, would you even count Guild Wars 2 as open world? Because it did have zones in a way. It did still have zones with loading screens. It was not an entirely open, not an entire open world.
You can see a boss-like enemy.
The open world Ronin game looks too from Team Ninja. Oh, definitely. Like, there is a lot of games that are set in old Japan right now that are on the horizon. And all of them did look interesting. There are a couple of themes that seem to happen a lot right now with video games. Those being farming games seem to happen a lot right now. And games set in old Japan.
In a crisis against
It's interesting. It's always interesting to see those trends emerge.
Press L2 and R2 at the same time.
Okay, what do you have now?
Yes.
Why didn't you do that right
this is-
away is what I would like to know.
This is the super powerful surge magic to impact the significant damage.
I mean, yeah, it did do significant damage. Probably thanks to Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, maybe.
Be careful, that monster is so strong.
Ghost of Tsushima was fun. The best thing Ghost of Tsushima did, in my honest opinion though, was the direction system. The idea to just use the wind to guide you so that you actually had to look at your surroundings, like tree and the grasses and bushes and stuff like that, to know where you had to go, was ingenious. It actually made you pay so much more attention to your surroundings than if you just slapped a minimap on it and called it a day.
Now I can put some one cushion here.
I do have problems with Ghost of Tsushima, like the last act of it is kind of boring and the bad guy essentially just loses because he wants to lose. Like, there were so many opportunities during the entire game where the bad guy could have finished you off but decided to, and now I will capture you and lock you away so you can just break out within the hour. It's like, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a wasp, that's a wasp. What are you doing in my room, wasp?
Yes,
Nope,
you're
nope,
good at
nope,
switching.
nope. Okay, give me a second, I will have... No, 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 you are going to get out of here. You are going to get out of here. I'm not dealing with a wasp in my room. Are you?
Wow.
Yeah, you're a wasp.
The magic is like explosive barbed
So,
wire death march.
Sorry about that, I panicked there a little.
Kind of
But I
use
do
the
not
trunk
like
magic
wasps.
to get out of the crisis.
I mean, let's be
Killing
honest,
enemies
who
with
likes
attack
wasps?
magic.
Ah.
There's so many enemies.
Alright.
A flying
Back to the
bastards attacking
presentation.
from the sky.
That was probably the most adrenaline I felt all day. Fun fact, having a wasp or bee while having sex can make things more hot. I mean, do I want to know why you know that? I think I read it somewhere. Yeah, you read it somewhere. Alright. The problem is I always need to identify first if it is a bee or a wasp, because for some reason we do have a couple of bees in the area that are quite big and lengthy. And I don't want to actually hurt the bee. I don't care about killing wasps. Where's this thing walking? Why is this thing ignoring you? Like, seriously, what's with the enemy AI in this game? And yeah, I think I would rather prefer my sex without insect stingers around. I don't know, I really don't like the entire use magic like a gun system.
Defeated.
And so far this... I don't know, this kind of reminds me of the Spider-Man game. Like, it's a game where it's just an open world with its one gimmick. And in Spider-Man it was what, but we are using web swimming, and but we're using magic. But other than that, it just looks like your bog standard open world game. Check the Discord, alright?
This is quite interesting.
What's going on the Discord?
Wearing a fancy cloak, moving to the next mission.
What's going on in the Discord?
Oh,
What's going on with the drunken sailor? What's going on with the drunken sailor?
The next mission is this.
7 things whoop. Huh.
To defeat the boss enemy. This is not very easy task.
I don't know.
Has conquered the
I don't
battles
think that
fast
would...
in the past.
I don't know. I haven't met a single woman, I think, that would agree with this article. Like, I guess I could ask a lot of my female friends, but I'm pretty sure none of them would agree with this statement.
Find where the destination is.
It sounds more distracting than anything else. Like, who has the idea of, my god, our sex life is pretty good, but you know what would make it even better? A wild insect with a poisonous stinger flying around us. Like, what? Do you want to get stung in your coochie? Because that's how you get stung in your coochie. And as soon as you get stung in your coochie, you will regret ever introducing the possibility of getting stung in your coochie. I don't know, the movement looks kind of boring after a while now as well. Like, so far this is literally every open world game ever.
You can climb up from there. The shortcut from the cliff.
Also, it's kind of weird that you do need those magic rock places if you want to go up a cliff. It feels like that should be something you're allowed to do basically everywhere if they wanted to make a real, truly free-flowing movement system.
Nice landing. So, One
Also,
in
those
the
rocks kind of
for
awkwardly
unfamiliar, this is
stick
the world
out
light.
into the environment.
And
Like,
with
yes,
its
it
miles
it
below.
helps you to see them, but I don't know.
Reaching the
They,
destination
they
at the
just
faster
look
than the wind
awkwardly
would.
attached to things. Hey, and there's
So
a
fast.
singular landmark plastered into the wilderness. What do we have here?
Panel satisfied the first objective. The next objective is to eliminate old enemies in the Moonvale Bridge. It's so close.
Yeah, okay, so I think I've seen enough. I had to know that Forspoken is not gonna be my game. Or a game that
So
I'm
fast.
even remotely
when you
interested in,
fail
because
landing,
this is
the
literally
gauge
just every
would be
MMO,
gone.
every
As
open
a
world
penalty,
game
so
ever.
you need to be careful about landing.
The magic system looks kind
Gold medal
of
for
dull,
running
the
in London,
world looks
reaching
very
the
dull. And I don't think it has
This
anything
one,
but
this is
those
good.
two things going for it.
Why destroy them? So many.
Oh, okay, you can Darth Vader things? Oh no, the archer jumped up. Oh, for a second I got excited and thought it would allow you to do the Darth Vader move and just toss them off the bridge. That would have been actual fun. Why will I allow myself to get excited? I should know that video game developers in 2022 wouldn't do anything for me to make a game more fun.
Can you see weakness? This means that your fire magic is effective on them. Can you take a look at my HP? As usual, Sakai is monitoring the HP. And
Yes.
Kano is
Monitor that
constantly
HP of
on
yours.
fast.
Is that the environment doesn't really match with the character model? Yeah, I think I can see what you mean. That's not too bad for me personally, but I can definitely see what you mean. She looks more like she actually belongs into that modern city setting, visually speaking. Doesn't really fit perfectly.
Yes, destroy
It's
all
not
the
jarring
enemies.
enough that I would have noticed if you didn't point it out, but I can definitely see where you're coming from. Oh my god, yes, please keep pretending that you're excited about anything that's happening right now. I know I'm mostly sticking with indie games these days, because let's be honest, this is what AAA games are for the most part. Oh, okay, something is happening.
Who's this?
Are we finally seeing something interesting?
So there is some
Don't
strong
show me the
defense.
enemy! Don't show me your face! I
Like
want to
to
see the
attack
actual
him
thing
from
happening
a
for
distance.
once. Okay.
It appears that
It's just
strong.
standing there menacingly, I
fire magic
guess,
is effective.
and now it's running at me. Oh,
you have
is that
that
all
much
it does?
HP.
Okay, I think I see now. I got excited for no reason yet again. It is just a more tanky version of a common enemy, apparently. I don't know, I was hoping that thing would be able to use magic as well, and one could argue that it does know how to use magic, because there's a little bit of ice and water going on with both of its attacks there, but sadly enough, I don't really count it if it is just part of your regular swing animation. Okay, it's renewing the ice and water, I guess.
The monster invincible.
Also, I don't quite see the point of engaging it in close range combat. That thing doesn't seem to have any melee, any ranged attacks other than that charge, and the charge seems very easy to dodge. So
Kano-san,
going at it in a melee combat situation seems kind of stupid to me. Like, maybe they don't want it to look too weak, but I don't see a good reason to fight this thing in hand-to-hand combat. Why are you not just finishing it off? It was almost dead. Yeah.
He defeated the monster without reason.
Oh man.
HP.
So much for that. Alright, that's Forspoken done with then. So
is
yeah.
to go
Every
and
hope that I had for
conquer.
this game is now gone. Congratulations, Square Enix. Can you jump down there, please? Is there falling damage? Will there be falling damage? I mean, considering the fact that you are flailing mid-air, I will just assume that there will be falling damage.
This feels so good.
Does it? Does it
Running
though?
around the Aethia.
I don't know,
has
considering
no
how big the environment is, it feels like you should be able to traverse it even faster than you already are.
What's this?
Like, you should be able to just jump over entire, I don't know, mountains in a game like this, I think. Just because there's so much nothingness everywhere. I will just assume that you can probably upgrade your running speed and stuff like that quite significantly over the course of the game. Is my assumption, but yeah.
I can breathe under the water.
Her coat is moving kind of weirdly there. I don't know. I don't like these little lines that they use for magic to spawn in or despawn magical effects. I think I'm gonna go now before I fall asleep. Hey, you do that. Believe you me, if I wasn't live streaming this, I would do the same. If I wasn't live streaming this, I would be out already. But it would be kind of awkward to end it in the middle of the conference, so I am going to stick this one out and then I will be done with the TGS. And tomorrow we can actually stream something fun again. Something that is not a AAA video game developers press conference. Because we now know that those are never interesting. Well, not never interesting. Microsoft had a pretty good one. If all of them were like the Microsoft one, then I would not have minded at all. Microsoft showed us a lot of interesting games. Ciao, until then.
Kano has achieved all of the
And
objectives and
that's
goals
it.
for the
Alright,
version.
so
And
that was an entire shit ton of
here
nothingness.
comes the extra challenge.
What can you say? What can I say except you're welcome for the Square Enix press conference to be halfway done. Might be able to catch you at the last minute. Maybe, but you don't have to. You don't have to sit here and suffer with me. It's alone if I suffer for all of us, if I die for everyone's sins. Come on, go back to the crocodiles. The crocodiles were the most interesting thing we've seen all demo. Yeah, there's another one of those towers, so those towers will just be for the usual open world towers where you need to go to them to, I don't know, unlock the map or something like that. Because open world games love their towers. Oh, big crocodile. Alright. With a big crocodile. I'm here. This pleases the monster hunter in me if we're actually going to hunt something there. Are you doing something interesting? You're biting. Do you have anything other than a bite? You're sliding around, alright.
So fast. Wait.
Okay. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe there will be a couple of interesting fantasy monsters to fight in this. That would be nice. Like, I'm always here to fight fantasy monsters. Like, always. There's no exception to that rule. Oh, what did we put down there? Wait, did we actually put down a magic turret that just keeps shooting? I know I said using magic like a gun, but I didn't mean it that literally.
The fire magic is effective on this.
But fire magic being effective on a water monster, you're really revolutionizing the elemental-based system there.
The half remaining. You can find the gauge.
Would like to know, I mean, I know that there is a giant fuck-all dragon in this game. Could we see a fight versus a giant fuck-all dragon? That would be interesting.
Heal yourself, heal yourself. How should I dodge this attack?
I mean, maybe we're not standing in front of it. I don't know, it doesn't seem too difficult. It isn't that wide-ranging of an attack. Where are you going? The monster's back there. Why are you looting the chest now and not just finishing off the beast? Yeah, that's on you. Why did you take your eyes off the thing? Like, seriously, that's just stupid.
Healing items anymore.
Well, then you better learn how to get good, my friend, if you don't have any more healing items.
You should heal yourself. No. I have none.
I think he said you should heal yourself, but it sounded like you should kill yourself for a second. He's like, you know what, just give up.
You can make it.
I don't know why this thing has so many fins. Like, that seems like an unnecessary amount of fins to be aged.
And?
Oh. Okay, we've knocked it over.
Queen Kana
I guess we
is
can do
one
blunt
point
damage to the
back.
head.
It's a great opportunity, but he couldn't make it.
You barely made a
healing items.
dent in this thing's
No healing
HP
items.
bar yet. Also, why do you insist on going
supposed to
melee
do?
against all these
Can you see
purely
some gate
melee
over there?
enemies?
If
You showed at the very start that
Yeah,
most of
something
your
like-
arsenal is
Can you
long
sometimes use
range.
magic
Use
power?
the long range shit.
What is the effect
And
coming
stop
from the
taking
gate?
your eyes off it. You're just going to get shot again.
It's
You're just going to get shot in the
something
back again.
happen. Slight recovery in the HP. A bit is not enough. It's just a bit, but it's not sufficient to.
Never
tackle the
enough.
enemy.
Da,
It's looking
da,
for
da,
how
da.
you can
That's
hit.
one of the things that I do wonder
Any
about this game, though. You do
grass
have
to
quite a
restore your HP?
fast running
Can I
speed.
take that?
What stops you from just
Yes,
running
but
away whenever you're in a pickle,
This is
other than
allowed.
your own personal pride? Because for me, I would definitely get stopped by my pride
can't
there.
say
But what stops you
lovely.
from being like, okay, no, I'm
Blood is
just
not
out?
sufficient.
Or rather,
Oh.
what stops you from just running out of its range, shooting it a while, then running out of its range again when it approaches you?
Kano revenges against the enemy.
That thing keeps sliding around there. That thing does keep sliding around there. I mean, I don't dislike the design. I mean, it is just a crocodile with extra bits attached to it. It's not the
it
most
doesn't
exciting
damage
design I've ever seen, but it is still a decent design. Is it
When
dying now?
The enemy showed you can use killer blow to attack them.
Okay, I mean, that
Can take
basically
damage
did
and you
more
can
than
restore
half
your
of the
life.
enemy's health bar, so... Can you cut off its
Gauge
tail?
for the boss,
Can you
which is
break
hard.
off its little horns? Can you
Remove
do anything
You can
interesting?
use the killer
No?
blow
Maybe?
after turning its back.
Okay, you've
it's
knocked it over
But
again.
It comes back. It's so
Are you
fast.
actually going to win for once?
You have just one moment. So this
Stop
guy's
going
working very
away from
hard.
the action! I don't need to see the guy's
Oh,
face in
it's a
big. I'm literally
and we
seeing the
make it
guy's face on the
into a
side. I mean, it's beneath my face right now, but quite frankly, that is more interesting than your face.
Just turn over.
Okay,
So close.
come on. You're not going to fuck it up this close to the end, are ya? That's one of the things that I enjoy about Monster Hunter, that we don't see the enemy's health bar, because whenever you can see an enemy's health bar, you kind of have a feeling of how close to the end you are. But not knowing how close an enemy is to death can make a fight more exciting as well. Just because you can't really relax until the enemy is drawing its last breath.
In sync with your gameplay. Yes, when it dodge, yes, when you make
Okay.
timing, yes, you can
Quite
dodge very
frankly, it's
fast,
still very
just
boring. I
fast.
don't care about Forspoken. Let's move
move
on. You have a
and
lot of other
dodge.
games.
They are
You've
regarded as some
used
negative
more than
elements in
half
games,
of your
but this is a lot
conference
of fun in
time
this game.
and on
Yes, it's so fun
Forspoken
to
right now. Didn't you have a
watch
shit
this
ton
game.
of games
And-
according to your page?
Oh,
Right now
I'm
we've
looking
spent a
forward to
literal
this
half
game.
hour on
Yes, this will be
Forspoken.
a big hit in 2023. Yes.
Oh, Square Enix, you think this game is going to be a
Forspoken
big hit?
with
How
a
cute.
nice magic parkour.
I can't remember the
Also,
last time
then
you've
in
produced a
Fortnite
big
next year,
hit.
Please play this game in Tokyo. Game
Please play this game! We beg you! We've sold so many of our IPs to invest into NFTs, which was a horrible idea! We need your money! Please get our game! Okay, Crisis Core, now we're talking. Finally something interesting.
It was released back in 2007 for PSP and inspired so many
We'll just
players.
assume that this is an
After 15
HD
years
update
licensed
of the old
its
Crisis
spin-off
Core,
was
right?
remastered with amazing graphics.
The main
and
question
will be
would
launched
probably
in this
be
coming
which
winter.
kind of platforms
I
it
have
comes
told you
out on.
before,
PlayStation,
when I
that's
got
for
into
sure. The
high
question
school,
is
my
it going to
parents
come
bought
out on
Final
Steam and
Fantasy VII
Xbox?
as a present.
I mean, technically
That's
speaking,
high
it could
school
probably also
expensive.
release on the Switch.
So you have a special
Because if the
feeling for
PSP was
FF7.
able to run this game,
The game
I
is
don't
associated
think
with
that
FF7.
it's impossible to make a
You will
version that
see
runs on the
if your
Switch.
feeling is real. Wait a minute, that was decades ago. We will start with quiz to help you recall your memory about Final Fantasy VII as a warm-up.
You don't need to recall my
That's the
memory.
name
You
of the
literally
company
re-released the
that
game as an
developed
HD
Makuru
version a couple of
to
years
extract
ago.
energy and has grown to be a global enterprise.
Yeah.
It's a symbol of FF7. I don't recall the name of the company. I'm sure you've heard of it. Really? I'll give you a hint. It
I'm
ends with
confused now
company.
though. How long is
Actually,
the Square Enix presentation
It's a large
supposed to last?
corporation whose
Because
name
it
ends
feels
with
like this is
company.
going to be
That's
another
basically
very
you've got the
long
location
presentation
where
as
the games begin.
well.
FF, right? Let's
Which
hear
is
from
kind of
Sakai-san. I
surprising
have
because
no
they
idea.
spend so much
It's
time on
company.
Forspoken.
I know it's a global company. Sakai-san,
But I'm pretty sure it's only
I
supposed to
cannot
be
say
an
that
hour
name
like
here.
most of them, right? Let's see.
My answer will be trimmed then. It will be either trimmed
TGS
or dubbed this differently
2022
later.
Square Enix.
How about
Oh,
Kano-san? I guess
so
this
let's
is it.
see.
F Power Company. That's what you think you've heard of? Maybe. Okay, got it.
Start time, confirmed
Here is the
dates,
answer.
lineup, Square Enix. Maybe here?
Shinra Power Company.
No, that's literally the
Now I
website I was
remember.
already on.
Now I know. I've seen this logo.
Square Enix.
This is where the story begins. I now got what kind of questions you are going to ask.
Agree,
Now
there we
let's go to
go.
the second question. There are two characters that many players back then did not get to play with. One is Vincent. Who is the answer? Not a few players moved on.
Okay, it doesn't really
without making
say
this
when the
character
conference
companion
is supposed to
in
end,
the
but I
first
will
place.
assume
What's her
that it
name?
will be around
This
4
is
as well,
Vicky.
which is kind of
She's the
surprising,
descendant of Ninja. I
considering that
remember
they've
her.
spent so much
She's
time on
shuriken,
Forspoken and they
katakana
supposedly
letters.
have a lot of
Give me
games
the first
left to
letter.
talk about.
Okay,
Like,
I'll
they
give you a
only
hint.
have a little more than, well, roughly 15 minutes left to talk about them.
What's next? Who?
Okay, I guess we're moving on to the next game now.
Yuhu? Okay, one more.
Oh, nope, we're not
Go
moving
ahead.
on to the next game, we are just getting stuck on
Let's go.
Yuffie's name.
Sakai-san? Yufufi.
What? Wait, what's
Kano-san?
happening here?
Yuhupa.
Are they trying to guess
I know I got
Yuffie's
it
name?
right. Here is the answer. Yuffie. Wait a minute.
What is
Sakai-san,
happening in
I
this
told you,
room?
That's it. 3 Japanese letters. It's 3 syllabus name.
Are you not
You'll be
supposed to
fine next.
introduce the game to me? Why do I know more about the game than you
Don't make me
guys?
sad.
Could you answer that question to me?
Hope they make it this time. Last question. Who is the best friend of Cloud?
Ah,
Also,
Zack,
the
please
first
don't
word
bore me. Just show me the new game.
This is the character. Can
The
you
only
read
reason why
that?
you are not the most boring conference right now is because Konami happened before you, Square.
All katakana letters, right?
But you're not winning any awards from
It's
me.
not straightforward though. There is a twist. Sounds like a home appliance
Ah,
or a music
I
instrument.
think the thing I'm learning here is that I'm probably not going to do this again. Because Jesus Christ, I forgot how boring presentations like these are.
You are getting closer.
Like, I don't know. Something like the Nintendo Direct or the Sony State of Play I can definitely make a react to, because they are densely packed with content. But here they're just meandering so much, wasting so much of their and our
Just a little
time.
bit. Small adjustment.
You even had games on your list, Square Enix. Why are you not talking about the games you had on your list?
Okay, what's your answer? Max. I'm totally confident. Here is the answer.
I'm totally confident that you're going to waste even more
I got
time.
it.
Okay, so much for that.
I got it thanks to the advice.
I
The main
kind of
character
want to
of
see
Crisis Core is
Twitch chat's reaction to this. I'm not going to open it on my own phone, on my stream here, but I want to see what's going on in the chat right
Final
there.
Fantasy VII was
Like, I
first
can't
released in
think,
2007 for
I can't
PC,
imagine people
Crisis
being
Core is
excited about
different.
this.
but it's a prequel to 2007 story.
Yeah,
Reveals
no,
what
the
actually
people,
happened before
the
Final
people
Fantasy
seem
VII.
quite bored as
Anyway,
well.
That would be extremely important to know. Let's check characters
Quite
of
frankly,
Crisis
the
Core
chat
with a
is moving
coordination
slower than I would have expected from
story goes
something
back
with
to
over
7 years
2,000 live viewers.
before Final Fantasy VII. Its main character, Zack, is a second-class soldier of Shinra Company.
Yeah, I don't know.
Zack is engaged
Looks
in
like
his
the
duties
looks
together
like
with
the general
Angela,
public
who's like
is
his
quite
older
bored
brother.
as well.
Zack
Not as bored as
aspires
I
to
am.
become
There are still
a
some
first-class
people
soldier
trying to
like
make
Angela.
some jokes
There is
in
also a
there, I
soldier
guess,
that
but
Genesis and Zack
does
admire.
not look like anyone else
Sephiroth
needs
is
that
the
little reminder
admiration
about the
everyone has.
characters of
He's
Final
well-known.
Fantasy
In
VII.
addition to the hero, Sephiroth, the story involves Cloud and Aerith, who appeared in FF7 after 15 years. A remaster of the
Jesus
game,
Christ.
Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion, is
Guys,
now ready
you had
for
more than
release.
enough chance to shoot him
Ready to
down there. The
start.
fact that he got you only means that you are
Today, he's
very,
going to
very
try
bad at
the
aiming
program's
there.
mission at the Battle Arena, which is also available at the Tokyo
Also,
Game
it's a
Show.
very slim
Fly
sword for a
around
Final
this area
Fantasy sword.
before
The other
going
one looked bigger and
upstairs,
better. Could you
check
get the other
around.
one again?
A treasure chest. You can grab it. Like a Soma.
Ah, Square.
Very nice.
You were not really the
He was
chosen
wandering
one.
around.
I didn't have high hopes for the Square Enix presentation, but I did
Then
have
there's a
bigger
hero.
hopes
The
than
battle begins.
what we had there. Like, I expected to see at least a couple more
doing
things.
good,
I think that's the
attacking
big thing.
enemies.
I
And
didn't
then
expect
he
them to
noticed
waste
one thing.
as much of our time. I expected them to at least show
slow is
a
running.
continuous
What's
stream
that?
of gameplay. Yes, I
What's
wouldn't have been
on its
interested
back?
in a lot of
It's
the
like an
gameplay, but
achievement.
at least it would have been
This is
gameplay.
called the digital mind wave. It's like a slot machine. If you get a certain combination of numbers, you enjoy some
Are we really
special
not going to
effect.
see more? Is the Square
Digital
Enix
mind
presentation
wave
maybe
is a
just
unique
longer
system
than the
in
other ones?
Crisis
Is that
Core.
what's happening?
Depending on
Because
the
they do
combination
have
of
quite a
numbers
big
and
lineup still
portraits you
planned.
get, you receive different effects. This involves luck. Yes, that's correct. So it could bring a huge comeback. I see.
Also, I'm not too sure what I think
One
about
more
the
to go.
combat system because of the
That
semi-random
combination too
encounters, because those
is
things
magic
seem to have
increased
just spawned in
level.
front of
I
him.
see.
So I'm not
Amazing.
100% certain what to think of that.
He destroyed all the enemies and came back to the entrance to the battle area or arena.
Okay? So what?
Sounds like a voice of a child.
What?
It's beautiful. What's that? Who's this?
Well, I guess that's the child. That is the child in question.
The strongest
lol, young
soldier of
Yuffie.
Utai. I won't let you go farther from here. A kid.
Who
A
could
guard
that kid
looks
be?
familiar.
Oh,
I can't
Jesus
fight
Christ.
against a kid.
Wait, what?
Shoo, how about that? Shoo.
What kind of animation
Really,
is
I know
that?
that.
I'm gonna
That's
knock
right.
your balls off! That's what's happening here.
She is young Yuffie in her childhood.
Oh god, she's Naruto
This
running
means we
away.
find
Why?
out other
Jesus
characters
Christ,
that
you
appeared
just
in
ruined
FF7
Yuffie for me, Square.
characters when they were young.
You can see younger FF7 characters in Crisis Core.
I mean, yeah, that's how the past generally works,
At
Square Enix.
Colosseum,
We know that people that are of a certain age now used to be younger in the
What?
past. Oh, okay. Got a big guy, got two big
two
guys.
monsters. Huge two monsters appears. Your monsters against
Okay,
soldiers.
show me. Ah, at
I'm
least the
going to
combat
take a
looks
look at
more
the
fun
slot.
than it did in Forspoken.
Please, yes, I'm looking at.
Is this the same
Okay,
combat
good.
system that they were
Checking
using
the
for the
time
Final
now.
Fantasy VII
Checks
remake? Okay,
slot.
that was fast. Didn't expect them to go down this quickly.
The remastered version, the command battles.
Is that the
mixed
same
with
combat
action
system that they used in
with
the
a high
original
speed
Crisis Core,
exciting
or
battles.
is that more of a new thing right now?
The slot has
Because
become
I never
effective in
played
when
the
you
original
cannot line
Crisis
up
Core
numbers.
because I didn't have a PSP.
When you line up icons and
I
numbers,
was never
please
too
let me
big
know.
on handheld gaming.
When
I
you see
mostly got
characters
them for
lined
the
up,
DS
then
series
it's like we're
because I
pausing.
wanted to
You
play
must
the
close.
Pokemon
Let me
games,
know
but
your
other than
advance.
that, not really
Sakai
big
is
on
concentrating
handheld.
on the slot.
I would rather
When
have a big
something
screen
happens,
and play with an actual controller. That said, I did get the
Carlos, I
Steam thingy.
cannot
The
take a
what's
look
it
at
called? The
HP
Steam
this
Deck.
time. I cannot see both. No, you should be in charge of HP.
Because
No,
between my
no,
girlfriend and
I'm
I, the
for
Steam Deck
slot.
will see enough
No,
use.
HP is a mess. You need to monitor both HP and slot at the same time. You can't double the hall and the kitchen at the same time.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm
Can we move
quite
on to the next
disappointed,
game? There are still a
Sakai-san.
couple of things we need to get through.
Sakai-san is monitoring both the slot and HP.
I don't know what they're talking about, quite frankly. I mean, I'm listening to what they're saying. Also, the little scripted sequence there is kind of
Get full
okay.
recovery. It's okay.
Apparently,
okay.
you just
Now.
need to take some damage there.
One more.
Okay.
Yes, line up.
Wait.
Now.
Is there an actual slot machine mechanic in the middle of combat? Is Square Enix trying to force slot machines into my JRPG? Fucking hell. What is it with this gambling obsession?
Lining up again.
I mean, I should not expect anything else from the company to try to introduce stuff like NFTs into a lot of the video games.
This word is too heavy to use. Then you'd better bring lighter one.
What?
This enabled level 4 limit break.
I don't understand that
So,
weird
I think the
slot machine
probability
game that they're playing there, and I don't think I
press
want
the
to
triangle
understand it.
button?
That looks so fucking dumb.
Use limit break.
Alright. So I really dislike the slot machine thing.
This is cool.
Wait. Why are you putting your sword away? Also, most of your hits don't connect to the monster. You're
Awesome.
saying this is cool,
So when I
does
call
not
line
make
up,
it
you can
cool
do
automatically. Hitting a monster without
And
physical
story goes
contact
on,
is...
you
What the
can
fuck?
sum
Ah, yes,
or
okay,
you can
that's
use
pretty...
this.
I mean, it's a nice animation. What? Alright. I don't think we're in the same combat anymore. I don't know where the machine came from.
icons are lining up in the slot. One more.
Just please, at this point, I just want it to be over. Yeah, I really dislike this
So excited.
animation because
You can
he
use a
literally
martial
does not have physical connection to
penetrate
the
the body.
monster
This is a
with
jackpot.
most of its hits. It just looks very jarring to me.
With the jackpot, he defeated the enemies.
Okay,
I see. This
Nice.
is quite important.
I do. I mean, I have to agree them.
Exactly.
They too seem to be happy that it's over.
However,
And there's another one.
I'm busy now.
Oh. Oh, but he has a different weapon now, meaning he's
No.
stronger than the other ones. Hoo ha, hoo ha ha. Hi, happen, ooh ha ha. Oh,
Really?
okay, and the last one just died in a cutscene. What was the point of
cool.
him? Like, why did this thing just show up? Okay, and okay, he appeared in the cutscene, then he died in the cutscene, then he killed us in the cutscene.
Oh,
This seems so pointless right now.
no good.
Oh yeah, please end him, end our suffering there.
Who?
Okay, let me guess. Yuffie killed him. Have you just been bailed out by a little girl? Nope, nope. It's your master or whoever that is.
You owe me another one.
He has a very flat head. Look at this guy. That is a very flat head. That haircut
So the
is
first
not
class
doing you any
Anjo
favors.
is helping.
I mean, maybe it just looks like that because everyone else in the world has a very
Your
spiky
sword
head,
is
but
checked.
compared to that, your head is flat.
To me, you're a little more important than my sword.
Oh, how romantic.
Anjo. Together with Anjo.
Okay, I guess we're somewhere else now.
Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm not used to the actual site. We should get Harry. Sephiroth is waiting. Sephiroth? The hero? Wow, I can meet him.
What? What kind of random encounter is this?
But suddenly, the enemy
Jesus Christ. Okay, now that fucking slot machine mode up there.
Kano-san,
I think that kills
The
any
L1
form of
button.
motivation I
L1.
would have had for that combat.
L1 activate magic and
Like, the
now
fight itself looks kind of
Now, you
flashy,
can
but I
see
don't
there's
want to
not one
focus
more
on a
Sephiroth to
gacha
go.
machine in the middle of my fight.
This is great. Promising cutscene.
Also, it's very jarring that, okay, let's move on, and then, okay, and there's this random group of ninjas that no one but you notices, and you take them out easily. What was the point of this encounter?
But
Oh, and I guess there's more of them now.
Zack, take him to a safe place. Contact Sephiroth. No, Zack is capable. Different move from Anju.
Oh, are you guys good or are you guys bad?
Additional members. Zack, I'm okay. Please help Anju.
And have at you,
Following
boy.
Anju. But they are
Okay,
defeated.
more dead
They
ninjas.
are not
I don't know what's
full-time
happening with those
soldiers.
ninjas, and also why they are dancing around you before they attack. Oh, material.
A sudden twist. There emerges
What the fuck? Is that Ifrit?
Summon? Who summoned it?
I will just assume that this is
Summon
Ifrit.
has
Yeah. Who else is it but Ifrit?
Kano-san. This is
That's
your
one thing that I have to say. I
Defeat
think
Ifrit.
the best designed summons were in Final Fantasy XII. All of the summons looked amazing in this game.
repetitive fierce
I really
fire
love the
attacks.
designs of the Final Fantasy XII summons.
Use Blizzard. Fire would not be effective.
Is the Square Enix presentation going to run longer than an hour? Because it might
You
be.
can see some gauge on the Ifrit side. Oh no, it's... No, so they can use this.
Okay, I guess this thing has an ultimate as well.
Ifrit promising cutscene. This is so powerful.
I mean, it is a nice animation, but I am still kind of bored right now. Mostly
No,
because
you
I've
should
been
heal
bored to
yourself,
begin
heal
with.
yourself. It was very close to heal himself. You should dodge it.
So
Press cross.
I will just
dodge,
assume
attack.
that this is kind of a
Guard,
DPS rush, and he
pressing
uses
R1.
this move occasionally, and if you run out of healing before you can kill him, then you're just fucked.
You can tap into support from the slot, but there's no lining up of the icons and numbers. You're doing great.
Okay, you know what? I just feel myself
the
get
half
bored
HP,
out of my
you should heal
mind
yourself.
here. So I think I'm going
Take some
to wrap
distance.
it up here, because let's be honest,
Healing
this
himself,
is
taking a
so
distance, and
fucking boring. I'm going to mute you guys. I'm going to mute you because I don't care about what you're saying anymore. So, everybody, we're going to wrap it up here, because quite frankly, I can't take any more of this. I'm just bored out of my fucking mind. That was the Square Enix and the Konami's TGS shows. I think the Square Enix one is probably going to run for a while longer, but I just don't care anymore. They've wasted too much of my life already. I'm wrapping it up. I will be back tomorrow with some actually interesting content again, because tomorrow we are going to start our Pokemon Omega Ruby Nuzlocke. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you're gonna look forward to it too. It will be exciting. It will be adventurous. But most of all, it will be some actual fucking content. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your Friday and a great start to the weekend, and I will see you around. Bye!